Joining us now, Fox News contributor Tammy Bruce, Fox News correspondent at large Geraldo Rivera. Geraldo, I'm going to start with you.
Because I've been divorced?
Well, kind of, but you know something, because I know you, every single one of your ex-wives loves you. And your children love you. I've been around them many, many times, and they are great kids. That's so demeaning and insulting, that generalization of hers.
It is demeaning and insulting, and you should win the People's Pulitzer Prize, your team, and the people who won it from the New York Times and the Washington Post should give it back. Having said that, as a person who has experienced divorce, as you suggest, she's reduced to us to a sexist stereotype with a bad parent who gives candy and lets the kids watch too much TV because we have a guilty conscience about the breakup of the marriage. I think it's a rare misstep, though, Sean. In fairness, Erica, my wife, and my sister Irene went to see First Lady Michelle.
How do you make a pass on for the first time in my adult life? I'm proud of America.
Well, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about divorced dads. And here in Cleveland, she bent over backwards to be gracious about the president. That's why this surprised me, because this is it's a no-brainer. 30% of custodial parents following divorce are the men. Men of divorce. So she's reducing us to this stereotype. We're drinking beer. We see the kids every other Sunday, and they're running around. Go ahead, kid, eat all the cotton candy you want. And she's equating that scenario with the American people and their view of President Trump. That's what this is about. This is about a false feel-good sentiment in the country because of the president's irresponsibility.
I know Geraldo's kids. They love and worship their father, who's a great dad. And, only because it's been so widely publicized. I wouldn't have brought it up otherwise, Geraldo, you know that. And you talk about it often. But how insulting. Just like it was insulting, World War II, beating fascism, Nazism, Imperial Japan. Only now you're proud of your country?
Well, I'll tell you, it's a pleasure to be on with both of you guys here. And if I was in the audience, this was at her book tour, the audience was actually a little taken aback. There were some chuckles, as was noted on that clip from that other network. But this is very strange, and I don't know if it's necessarily out of step. I think Michelle Obama has been known for being very honest, and she doesn't tend to edit herself. I think that when she does, it's a deliberate effort to do so. This may have reflected more of her point of view, but the problem here is it's not just insulting to men. And for every woman and man out in that audience who didn't quite know why she was insulting them, but it relies also on the other side of the coin, which is the gender stereotype of women. That all women are supposed to be either great mothers, or only women can raise children, or only women can be good parents. Now, the best scenario is two parents who love those kids. And we know that love is love, and it's about, the nature of who can love a child. And that is also, of course, a part of the problem of her remarks is the gender stereotyping that the left is normally going out against. She really destroys in that regard. And this is one of my points about the left and liberals. If you scratch the surface a little bit, you get these real opinions that are quite the opposite of what they've been arguing for.
Well, real quick, I'll ask you, why do they get a pass, Geraldo? Because if a conservative said this, forget it. Because
she's made 50 speeches in the last 40 days, and this is the first time you've heard something that was a misstep. I mean, she's an elegant lady.
You are so forgiving.
She had a rough time at the White House.
Such a soft heart.
I think that she will be fondly remembered by most. I love Melania. Onward and upward. I think that she has to be judged by her track record.
Last word, Tammy.
Well, look, I think that she's not a sloppy woman. She said what she meant, and it was insulting, and I think it revealed a side of her that a lot of people don't like, but I think we need to keep that in mind. It's weird how Democrats keep doing that and keep surprising us with these kinds of opinions, isn't it?
All right. Good to see you both. We appreciate you.